You're not going to believe how much snow and ice that we've got here in the last few days. Just in case you don't believe me, maybe you don't like the snow, maybe you've never seen the snow. Check this out. We have an ice storm going on. Whew, look how bright I am. Check this out. Okay, that's enough of the cold. I just thought I would show you what I am dealing with right now. And right now I'm gonna go inside where it's nice and warm. All right, so as most of you know, my wife and I, my entire family, we got COVID. Right now, I think it's day 12 since I showed signs of my first symptoms, and it was death. Let me just say, it was bad. I mean, I'm not one to complain all that much, but COVID sucked, y'all. COVID sucked. So I don't know if you've had it yet. If you can avoid it, don't get it. Not fun. And I'm still a bit fatigued, still congested, and I've been trying to do my best to get the new studio set up. I have a canvas here, which actually is only a temporary canvas, but I need something for my white walls. We still got window treatments coming in. Got a lot of stuff to get done. So haven't spent a lot of time doing much of anything really. The only big change I think I've made on the wealth hacking, personal finance, investing front was finding something that I didn't know. And for those that are interested in cryptocurrency, into Bitcoin, and you don't know how to get started, or you still have a lot of fear, what I wanted to show you today is a safer way that you can get started into cryptocurrency where you're technically not, I guess you are buying cryptocurrency, but we're not buying anything highly volatile like Bitcoin, so you can have money more safe and get your interest paid in Bitcoin. And the best part about that is you can make 8.6% interest, and that interest gets paid into Bitcoin. Like, that is pretty cool. And I'm gonna show you how I learned this, and then I'm gonna show you how you do it. We're gonna find out how that works right now. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, Wealth Hacker Labs. I am your grateful host, Jeff Rose, and I was on Twitter, and I promise this time I was not getting into a fight on Twitter like I mentioned in a previous video. It's one of those situations where I just thought it was funny, and the tweet started with things I could never explain to my grandmother. And the reason where this tweet came from was I was just looking at all my different accounts that I have, and I looked at one of my online savings accounts with a large bank, a US bank, for those that are interested, curious, or just voyeuristic. You all voyeurs. You're just kind of weird, kind of kooky, kind of weird, but I still respect you. I still like you, and I'm glad that you're here. So I was looking at my savings account, which this is our primary, like our emergency fund. We also have our checking accounts and other tax accounts and our kids' savings accounts, all the other stuff. But this is one of our primary emergency fund accounts. And this account currently has, I think, just over $513,000 in it, where in the month of January, the total interest that I made, if you're ready for this, $4.49. So if you want to do the calculation on that, the interest rate's about 0.000 nothing. Nada. So then I was comparing how much interest I made in that account to another account that I opened recently, which I did another video on. And this is with BlockFi. So with BlockFi, it's a cryptocurrency savings account and also a cryptocurrency exchange where you can purchase Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, a lot of the larger cryptocurrencies, not some of the smaller ones, or kind of like Dogecoin or anything like that. But with that account, at the time of this tweet, the total balance on that account was $25,000. $25,000 compared to $500,000. And the total interest that I earned in the month of January, if you are ready for this, $177. Just in case you are math challenged, we're talking an account with $500,000 in it, making me $4.49 compared to another account that has $25,000 and is paying me $177. And in case you haven't done the calculation yet, that is a return of 40 times more, 40x more return for an account balance that is 95% less. So me trying to explain that to my grandmother, she would know what I was talking about. So in my tweet, I shared these numbers, sharing how much my big online savings account paid compared to my BlockFi account. And it got some good interaction. So in this tweet, I took screenshots of the 2 different account balances and how much interest I made, and it got some good engagement. Even had the CEO of BlockFi, Zach Prince, tweeting back and also answering some questions. So mad props to Zach, appreciate you. Boom, boom, boom. And I had some people comment, and they had some, some good comments. This guy replied with, could be making $3,500 a month if I moved it all into BlockFi, which I can't argue that. I did respond to him, and I did say, well, would you move your entire emergency fund into crypto? I mean, I guess I could do that, but then if I did that, my wife would absolutely kill me. And I think you want me to still do these YouTube videos, so I want to make her happy, right? Happy wife, happy life, as they like to say. But this was the comment that really got me curious, got me interested, because they asked a question that I really didn't have a good answer for. And the question was, why are you getting your interest paid in USDC? And I responded with, good question. I opened the account a few months ago to test out and currently only hold USDC, which basically is a US stablecoin. And that brings me to why I wanted to do this video. So when I opened my BlockFi account, you can purchase Bitcoin, you can purchase Ethereum, you can purchase all of these, or you can purchase a stablecoin. Now, stablecoin is, I want to say it's safe, but I will say that it is much safer compared to a Bitcoin or Ethereum. You're just not going to have the volatility that you're going to see. And the whole intent of a stablecoin is to mirror or match a currency. In this case, they are trying to match what is the US dollar. And for many people, like, that's good. For others, that's bad. I know for many cryptocurrency investors, they're like, why are you holding in fiat? Which is, I guess, the new hip word to use. And basically fiat is just any currency where the value is determined by a government. So the US dollar, that would be a fiat because it is the government that is deciding how much the dollar is worth. And for me, I'm still trying to learn this stuff out. I didn't purchase Bitcoin until a couple of years ago. I think 2 years ago, I made my first Bitcoin purchase. So that is, me learning, me trying to figure out. And I own Bitcoin. I don't own that on BlockFi. Right now, it's currently being held on Coinbase, but I will say that is something that I am looking into, transferring some of my Bitcoin into BlockFi so I can earn 6%. And right now, that's what they're paying on Bitcoin. So how does this impact you? What I learned with BlockFi is just because I'm owning stablecoin. So I had $25,000, I bought USDC, bought stablecoin, and with that, they are currently paying 8.6%. And that's how I made that $177. But when I started doing some research based off this tweet that I received, that's when I started looking into it. I'm going to show you a simple setting if you open a BlockFi account where you can have more of your money safe by purchasing a stablecoin, but the interest that you make can get paid into Bitcoin. And that is what I'm going to show you right now. Okay, I'm taking you behind the scenes. This is my current BlockFi account. So it's also happened since I tweeted that, I end up adding an additional $50,000 of stablecoin into my account. So right now, $75,000 is how much I have deposited, not including the interest. Just sharing that because when you see my screen, you'll be, wait, Jeff, you said you had 25,000. Now I'm seeing 75,000. Well, that is what's going on. Still holding stablecoins, still haven't added any other cryptocurrencies yet, but that will soon change. So after I got that tweet, I started poking around in my BlockFi account. If you do open an account, click on profile settings, and then you'll click on interest. And this is where I discovered that this is how you can change. So right now, the selection I have currently selected is being paid interest in the same currency that I deposited, and I deposited stablecoin. So instead, if I want all of my interest to be paid out in something different, BlockFi gives you the ability to choose Bitcoin, Ethereum, GUSD, Litecoin, Pax Gold, or USDC, which I'm currently, I think that's the one I'm getting paid. This is how you can deposit stablecoin, make 8.6% interest on your stablecoin, which is much more safer, and get your interest paid into Bitcoin. So instead of the $177 that I made in my stablecoin, I could have got paid into Bitcoin, which depending on when that interest was paid, it would have made me more because as you know, right now Bitcoin I think is trading at around $48,000. So that would have made me that much more interest. So that you talk about compounding interest, like compounding on top of compounding. I mean, that would have worked out really well. I'm so very grateful and content with 8.6% that I made, but this is a way that I could make more, and you could also make more if you are looking to dabble into cryptocurrency and want Bitcoin, but you're not ready to actually buy Bitcoin right now because you might be waiting for a dip. I don't know what you're waiting on. Either way, this is a way that you could be earning interest and essentially dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. Now, the one thing I do want to say is that I keep referring to cryptocurrency, stablecoin as a safer option. I still want to make sure when I say safe that sometimes people hear safe, they think bank, they think FDIC insurance. There is nothing insured about this. So essentially, my now $75,000 account, it could be here today and gone tomorrow. So I don't want you depositing any money into this thinking that it is completely safe, that there is some protection, there is some insurance, and that everything's going to be okay. There's still some risk involved, hence why they're able to pay 8.6% interest. The other thing too is that right now BlockFi has a promotion going. I don't know how long this is going. I think it's probably going on for a while. Essentially, they'll give you up to $250 in cryptocurrency depending on how much you deposit. Say if you deposit, I think anywhere from $0 to $250, I guess you can't deposit $0, but $25 to $250, they'll give you $15. So the only way to get the $20,000 or to get the $250 is you deposit over $20,000, which for many, that's not a lot. I should have got my $250 bonus, but if you are interested in opening a BlockFi account, if you're interested in looking at those bonuses, I'll have a link in the description that you can check that out. This is something that I'm definitely looking a lot more into. I'm watching documentaries on Bitcoin. I'm reading some books. I've subscribed to some newsletters, just learning more about it because I do think this is something that I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it's gonna blow up because I definitely don't want to invoke the whole FOMO syndrome, but I do believe that this is cutting edge. This is something that is not going away, and we're seeing way too many big names, way too many big investors getting involved right now. And I'll do more videos on this. We're talking more of that in depth. Right now, I just wanted to show you a easy way, a simple way, a safer way that if you want to get into Bitcoin, there is a way you can do it. There's a backdoor way. And that way is going through BlockFi, doing some stablecoin, earning 8.6% and getting that interest paid out in Bitcoin. I hope you found this video helpful. It's good to be back. It's good to be healthy. And man, if you enjoyed this video and you want more, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right, y'all, this is Jeff Rose reminding you that it's your money, it's your life, and only you can make it awesome. Until next time, peace.